だからこれオランダ語をね一生懸命勉強して辞書を作ったりねやったわけですよね。
And in 1811, the shogunate actually opens an office of translating foreign books in Edo. Many of these Dutch learning school philosophers had gone to Dejima and visited with the Dutch, learned Dutch, and so they began compiling Dutch-Japanese dictionaries so that they could translate books they were reading from the Netherlands into Japanese, okay, and then maybe, if necessary, from Japanese into Dutch. So you have dictionaries so that you could translate more books from Dutch to Japanese.
ここスカラーズって言ってます。
え？
フィロソファーズって言ってこのスカラーズって言って
なんでフィロソファーって言ってるのか分かんないけど。
And so
1800年
by the 1800s, many Dutch books about Western medicine, science, anatomy, geography, astronomy, history, they're published in Japanese, sold in Japan, and widely read by members of this philosophical school. Okay, and then these scholars, these philosophers, believed that Western medicine was much more effective than the Chinese medicine that had been used in Japan until this point. And for the first time, they're really interested in the anatomy of human anatomy. What's a surgery, right? The organs. This is all new to them. And so they were very interested in Western science and medicine. But the Dutch learning school, interestingly enough, they are not interested in any way in Western political, social, or religious ideas. So ideas of the Renaissance, of Voltaire, political freedom, etc. These are not really spread at all in Japan. This is mainly due to the shogunate's ban, not only on Christianity, but also on trade with the West and so on. They did not want to dabble. They were not interested in history or religion or political issues. They were solely focused on Western science and medicine. So you might ask, well, why weren't these scholars talking about human rights or democracy or this and that? They weren't interested in it. Okay? And they might have been exposed to it, but they were mainly interested in science and medicine and technology, not in political or other types of social issues.
政府が禁止してたんですよね、これね。ポリティカルとかソーシャルなやつね。
The Tokugawa shogunate has a love-and-hate relationship with these three schools, and in fact in 1790 there is an edict published that officially discourages the study of the three schools of philosophy of the Edo period, the School of Ancient Studies, the School of National Learning, and the School of Dutch Learning.
これ面白いよね。徳川レジーム discouraged the study of these three schools. だから日本の古代日本研究学派、それから国学派、それからドイツ、ダッチ、オランダ蘭学学派に対してはディスカレッジしてたんだよね。何を彼したかっていうとネオコンフューシャニズムだよね。やっぱり国学としては儒学だったんだね。
Okay, they're not banned, they just are not supported by the shogun. And this is because the Tokugawa's official policy was what? What is their official philosophy? Neo-Confucianism. And these three schools, they are all very different, of course, but what do they have in common? They're all questioning Neo-Confucianism and not really opposing it, but they don't agree with it. And they're kind of keeping it at arm's length, and they're saying, well, what about these alternative ways of thought? Even though all three schools do it differently, they are all, unique, and they're all united in their question of whether or not Neo-Confucianism is all true or not. Okay, so that's why the Tokugawa did not like these schools of philosophy, and they didn't want people to study any philosophy that opposes Neo-Confucianism.
だからそういうことを徳川幕府が武士に強制してきたってことはすごい悲惨だよね。これを全部捨てちゃったっていうことがさ、僕は問題だと思うんですよ。それを誰かがうまくまとめているかというとまとめてないんじゃないかな、今だに。